Welcome to BrightMath again. Today we're factoring by grouping. We want to factor this, but it's a polynomial. So we're going to group them two at a time. Now we factor out what they have in common. What do 3x squared and 15x have in common? Well, we take out the greatest common factor, which is 3x, and we have left x times 3x gives us 3x squared, plus 5 times 3x gives us 15x. Now we're going to do it again. What do 2x and 10 have in common? Well, the greatest common factor is 2, so we factor out 2. What we have left is x plus 5. Notice that these two, x plus 5, are the same. So now we are going to take out the 3x plus 2, factor, times x plus 5, what they have in common, and that's our answer. 3x plus 2 times x plus 5 equals what we have here. 3x times x plus 5 is right here. 2 times x plus 5 is here. So that is our answer. We just factored by grouping. We are going to factor again by grouping, because these two have a greatest common factor we can factor out, and these two terms have something in common. What do you think? 9, you're right. So let's factor out what we have in common. N squared, that's our greatest common factor, and we have left n plus 5. Then we're here, we want this factor to be the same as this one, so we want to actually take out negative 9. When we factor out negative 9, what do we have left? We have n times negative 9 gives us negative 9n. Negative 9 times positive 5 gives us 45. Now these two factors are the same. So what do we have left? We take these two out, and the two that are in common are going to multiply n squared minus 9 times n plus 5. N squared times n plus 5 is the first term here. Negative n times n plus 5 is the second term here. We just factored again by grouping. We're done. We're going to factor again, two terms at a time. What do they have in common? Well, we factor out y squared. Y squared. What do we have left? Y minus 7. Plus, we factor out 4. What do they have left when we factor out 4? Y. 4 times y is 4y. 4 times 7, negative 7, is 28. Look, these two are the same again. So we're going to take out what they have in common. All right, these two they have in common. We take the two out that are in front, and we have y squared plus 4 times the quantity of y minus 7. This is our answer. This one looks a little different. We're still going to do two at a time, but what do we notice they all have in common? They all can be divided by 2. Say if I didn't notice that in the beginning, what would I do? Well, I could still factor out what they have in common. So let's say we take out 2x squared, and we have left x minus 3, and here we take out 32. And what we have left is still x minus 3. Well, in this case, when I take these two out, I'm going to have 2x squared minus 32 multiplied by the quantity of x minus 3. But now, is this completely factored? No, because now I still have the 2's here. So what do? I have to factor that again. So I divide by 2. I take 2 out. Factor 2 out. You're left with x squared minus 16 times the quantity of x minus 3. And look at this. This reminds us of the difference of two squares from our other video, special cases. So this is equal to x minus 4, the quantity of x minus 4, times the quantity of x plus 4, times the one we have left, x minus 3. This is how we factor by grouping, also including the greatest common factor. All right? So there we have it. Thank you for joining us at BrightMath, factoring by grouping.